Hey everyone, my name is Daniel White. I'm a 19-year-old composer for film and visual media, and I'm also one of the collaborators in the upcoming Christmas album titled Exaltation, a cinematic Christmas collection. In a moment, I'm going to give you a quick sneak peek into one of the pieces that I'm currently working on, which will be featured in the album. Okay, so the piece I'm working on is an orchestral arrangement of the traditional Christmas carol Greensleeves. Now, with this piece there were two main things that I really wanted to have, and the first one was I wanted to harken back to some of the classical roots that the piece has. It's pretty old. Now to do this I decided that I wanted to have a bit of counterpoint. Now I'm not an expert at counterpoint, but I know some of the basic rules. And basically, for any of you who don't know, counterpoint is where you have, in music, two separate melodies. They are rhythmically independent but harmonically dependent upon each other. So, in this piece, the second thing I wanted to include was a big contrast between a grand theme and a closer up, more intimate theme. And so this is really, in my opinion, a great Christmas piece to do this with because of the different parts that the verse has. The first part is, just the basic melody. It starts off. So, the well-known melody, it's pretty basic, and it's not terribly strong in terms of its chording. Now, the second part is the well-known grand theme of the piece. The second part, is oftentimes you hear in recordings. It's where the whole orchestra comes in blasting, and it's the great, big, epic part. So it really works well for what I wanted. So for the first part, I decided I would have that play the counterpoint. And then the second part, we would take out the counterpoint and have a much more grand melody being played with, many more parts of the orchestra included to beef it up. So to give you an example, here is the first, the first part of the melody, or the theme, being played by the first violin. It's very basic. Alright, so in contrast to that, I have a counter melody which I've created. So like I said, it's rhythmically independent, but harmonically it depends on the other melody. Not to say that it doesn't sound good by itself, but it does sound better when played with the original melody. So I'll let you hear that. This is played by the violas. Okay, so it's a little different. Now we'll just play them together. Okay, so there's that. Now, the second part, like I said, is a lot more grand in its sound, and so I'll just play that for you without any preface or anything. So it's not epic, like a lot of modern big music tends to go sometimes, especially with cinema. But it is much larger, and I may later on in the piece have an even bigger repetition of that. I am still working on that. But yeah, so that's basically it. That's all I can show you for now. But look forward to new updates to come by other composers on what they're working on. I'm excited for the release of this album, so stay tuned, and yeah, that's about it.